Conceptual fiber artist Sharon Meyer Postance, Duluth's newest art gallery, and innovative songwriter Emily Jane.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
She's got a contemporary voice to go with her discerning ear. Songwriter Emily Jane brings her original sound and dueling keyboards to the studio tonight, backed by a full complement of talented friends. Please welcome Emily Jane. Emily Jane on the playlist. We'll hear more music a bit later in the show, but now the visual artist behind Duluth's newest art gallery, Prove on Lake Avenue, provides a blank slate for these artists to experiment with our sense of space.
This is actually my sculpture, and this is here. And so by using this object, I'm enclosing a space in the interior that never changes, that wherever this will go, it'll be the same set experience. The scale for this is the scale it had to be. Any smaller and it wouldn't be a space because a person couldn't easily get into it. And any larger, well, it would have first of all made it harder for me to move around. I'm Stephen J. Reed, and this is the Prove Gallery. This is Alexander Hansen, and this piece, he is playing with light and space and how the person interacts with the space.
This one, because it runs through and out of the space through that window up there, it shows people that there's more to the space than they're in, and it's called second space. It shows people that there is more to where they are.
I like when pieces help change your perception of what's going on. The next one is Justin Iverson. Justin's piece, he's been working with rust and how to control and adapt rusting. And then he's using Leonardo's Vitruvian Man. And so it's interesting that we've got a perfect material that then is aged with a drawing that was the idea of a perfect situation, but now because of history and everything, it's aged too. This is Nick Monson. It's called Intrusion, and it's hung at a spot where the viewer really has to, they have to acknowledge that there's a metal object in your face. It's interesting that we show art and we do art that affects the space so much because the exterior forces on us. It's a hill, and so we see cars coming down on an angle, and it's kind of disorientating. But it's also really nice that we're on Lake Avenue.
People drive by here when the traffic's backed up because of the lights. They're sitting here looking in like, oh, that's so cool.
Curb appeal is really nice.
Well, joining us in the studio tonight are two more of the gallery's founders, Rick Hansen and Nicholas Monson. Welcome to the playlist.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so you are an artist, so I'm going to start with you. Tell me how important is it to have a gallery if you're an artist? That's kind of a luxury, isn't it?
It is. It's actually it's a really nice thing to be able to do. We have a place where we can always show work. We have a place where we can bring in our friends and show their work, people that we care about, and it's just an amazing opportunity to have.
And it's a beautiful space. Okay, tell me, Rick, a little bit about what it adds to the Duluth kind of combination of opportunities.
Well, sure. We feel like Duluth has a really outstanding art and music and even film scene. So we feel like it fills a gap to have a gallery of this nature here in Duluth.
And at this point, you're up and running with one show a month. Is that right? We just saw a taste of the second show, right?
That's correct. We'll be doing something every second Friday of every single month.
Okay, so when you went into it, how grand were your plans? Were you thinking that you'd have regular hours and you'd have the whole gallery shop, or what was your vision?
Well, regular hours are definitely in the works. We plan on having regular hours posted by January 1st. That's something we're definitely working towards. We always wanted to have a show every single month, and we do have a little bit of workspace in back, so it's a big thing for us.
Oh, it's a big undertaking launching a space like that, and I understand you walked into it not as a perfect palette, but it needed a little elbow grease.
Yeah, it was great actually. We had a unique opportunity to look in on something that was in a state that wasn't quite completed yet, and the ability to fix it up, to renovate it in a way that is really outstanding. It's in the Sons of Norway building. The Norway Hall is upstairs. It's the Nortun Lodge. And so they were really excited about the chance to have the space to be renovated and something that was pretty and draw a lot more attention. There's a lot of action going on in the building right now.
And the name is very apropos, Prov, correct?
That's correct.
So it kind of honors the Norwegian or Scandinavian tradition. Very quickly, tell me about the next show coming up.
We do have one more show that's coming up very soon. It's going to be on January 13th. It is, we're having open submissions right now. You can submit to us. You can check our Facebook after the show, and we have a link to it there. Submissions are due by the 26th. We'll let selected artists know by the 30th.
And you're open to Duluth only? You're open to
Regional,
anybody?
national, anybody who's really interested. That's what we're going for.
Well, thank you for taking the time to come over and fill us in. And what an exciting thing to launch.
Yeah, it's
thank
our
you.
pleasure.
It's a pleasure.
I'm looking forward to hopefully meeting you at your next opening.
We'll see you
Look forward
there.
to that.
Yeah, and I just want to remind you the gallery again is called Prov. It's on Lake Avenue in Duluth, and the next show opens January 13th. We'll be back with a paper sculptor, Sharon Meyer Postance, and more music right after this.
I'm Brett Amundsen, and I'm the Director of Choral Activities here at St. Scholastica. The concert choir was asked to sing at the Wondrous Christmas event in Floodwood, and we, of course, wanted to join in.
We are trying to capture all that is great and wonderful about Christmas at our event center.
We'll be singing about 45 minutes of music, not just Christmas music, other things we've been doing this year.
And decking the event center out to be wondrously glorious Christmas and have a wondrous meal and just enjoy the evening. My name is Jess Rich, and I am the owner of the event center along with my husband Tom Rich, and the event center is located in Floodwood.
I think the goal of being at Floodwood is just to get them outside of the walls of CSS and to show other people what we can do.
Our goal at the event center is to try to provide a wide variety of performing arts in many different levels and styles for the area. We have dinner theaters and piano bar nights. We do a lot with the local youth for their concerts and their theater, so we're constantly thinking of new ideas and new events.
She draws her raw materials and inspiration from her surroundings. Sharon Meyer Postance translates natural forms into paper sculptures, and she invites us to take a closer look.
What you need for making paper is something that has some really good, strong fibers in it. This is the iris leaf that gives a very luminescent kind of paper. This is horsetail. This is the worst weed in my garden. It's impossible to get rid of. It has become paper. This is a combination of abaca and then daylily leaves. And this is a sheet that I made yesterday. I'm Sharon Meyer Postance. I work with paper. I make sculptural paper vessels. Definitely experimental, which is what makes it fun. I kind of think of them as feathers, but they kind of look a bit like petals as well. Nothing is realistic. I'm kind of semi-abstract. I usually build up the form with anywhere from 5 to 10 layers of paper before I start adding any of the fiber or wire materials. And then I'll use my handmade papers on the outside layer. The very final layer will be a handmade paper. Sometimes I'm working with an idea. In this case, I'm using kind of a flower petal form inside of this, which I think will be another flower form. And then I'll probably keep filling in between this with additional petals, and until I've decided that it's done. I work in a very tactile medium, and people do like to touch them, which is fine. They're very touchable, and they are not fragile. The thing that's probably most important for me is just to communicate an appreciation of the beauty of the natural world around us. That's where I am most at home. That's what I love, and that's what inspires me. So that I am interested in seed pod forms and the grasses along the side of the road and when they're waving in the wind. Flower forms, all of these natural things that are there and I just think need to be looked at a little bit more closely.
There are more art profiles and links to arts opportunities on our website, theplaylistonline.org. You can leave your feedback on our Facebook page and get updates on the latest news by following The Playlist on Twitter @PlaylistMN. Now, in our gallery tonight, the work of Duluth artist Lisa Stauffer. She uses soft pastels in her paintings and clay to express her passion for rich, intense color. Lisa's work is shown locally at Lizard's Art Gallery and the Art Dock, both in Duluth. And that's a great reminder to shop local this holiday season and support the creative talent right here in our community. And now please welcome back Emily Jane.
Batten down your wool and your green breeches, the time of your winds are and oyster mess with cast off, and I'll hold your heading while you worry. If she see were they, if she see were they. You shouldn't have sailed, but you didn't play. Now the burden vessel has to give right away. I trusted you to navigate, but you borrowed me in a mirage that fades, in a mirage that fades. Drift in your wake when I was capsized, where I once was wet, the curve run dry. I'm washed up, crashed up on your shore. I'm drowning in your tide, no more, your tide, no more. Just cut me a sweet escape. You make your sweet escape. While I'm down on all fours, you make your sweet escape.
Thank you so much. Sweet escape. That's perfect. So thank you for coming here. I appreciate it. It's kind of an escape, not really, because you've been in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about your new project. You've been working on recording, and there's a CD out there.
Yes. Just finished a CD. We had the CD release in June. It's called Blue Plate Fellas. And these guys were some of the musicians on there, as well as a handful of other musicians from the area.
Fantastic. You want to tell me about your fellas? Who
Yes,
are these guys?
The fellas. We have Mark Glenn on bass, who's down there, and Tyler Jubila on drums, and Travis Crotto on guitar.
Fantastic. And how long have you been playing together?
Tyler and Travis and I have been playing a couple years, and Mark came on board just for the couple years, yes, just for the CD.
Okay,
So
well, it's a great sound.
Yeah, thank you.
I honestly can't believe that you taught yourself to play the piano. I listen and think you've inspired everyone who ever wanted to play. So what is it about the piano that grabbed you?
Well, boy, that's actually a loaded question. I wanted to play a Bryan Adams song, and it was on piano, and so I taught myself it.
And now who do you look up to in the songwriting world?
Fiona Apple is a big one. Tool, which is a heavier band. I love them. Tori Amos, obviously.
Just having some variety out there.
Yeah, I love all kinds of music, and one of my newest favorites is Flogging Molly, and they're sort of a traditional Celtic punk, which is nothing like, but they have a lot of classic melody and.
It's a beautiful fusion of
Thank
all
you.
kinds of influences. So I wish you well. I look forward to picking up the CD locally or online. I can do that. And I know you have one more song for us.
Yes.
So thank you for taking the time, for coming over to the playlist, and congrats on the new CD. We'll say goodnight to you guys. Remember to go out and explore the arts, and we'll leave the floor to you.
Listen, my little one, you've seen through a rosy comb. Where are these monsters from?